Hello YouTube, this is AlphaPenguinSoldier, and today I thought I would do my Sylvan deck profile. I don't quite have all the cards that I need yet, and I also need to change the build, but I'm going to show you guys what I have right now, at least physically. I've tested the deck here and there over the past couple weeks. I do a lot of testing because I want to get my decks up to date. But I mean, I think I could still run this, go to a local, and do okay, at least on a casual level. This was one of my more favorite decks, I guess. I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. I beat some people down with it. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys what I had. Start with the main deck. So we have 3 Hermitry. If you don't know what he does, once per turn, you can excavate the top card of your deck. And if it's a plant monster, send to the graveyard. Sylvans are all about excavating, and that's how they get their effects. And then otherwise, you place it on the bottom of the deck. If this card's excavated and sent to the graveyard, you look at the top 3 of your deck and place them in any order. So it helps in rearranging so you can excavate all the cards you want to excavate to get their effects off. All right. And then for the next one, we have 3 Sage Koya. I did make this deck after Premium Gold 2 came out, just because it was a little cheaper. It says when a Sylvan monster is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon it from your hand. So when you excavate, you can special summon it. It's really good, actually. 26 beat sticks, the other's 27. Alrighty, what is it? Once per turn, you can excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a plant, send it. Otherwise, put it on the bottom. Basically, that's all the same effect with excavating. And then if this card is excavated and sent to the graveyard, target a Sylvan spell or trap and add it to your hand. So that's pretty decent. I have 2 Princess Sprout. I don't have that other level one. I never got around to picking up the... I don't remember what it's called. It's the rank 1 for this deck. I remember I wanted to come out like when it did with the OCG, but they held on to it and then they dropped it in a different set. So when I do get that, I'll change the deck around and show you guys what I have. But I know about it. I haven't gotten around to getting it. All right, we have 2 Peacekeeper. He's super good. This one's a little beat up. It's from Legacy of the Valiant. It's a limited edition promo. It was in that like big special box or whatever it was. It was pretty neat. And the effect of this, when it's normal or special, you can excavate the top card of your deck. And then if it's excavated to the deck and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 level 4 or lower plant monster and special summon it. The nice thing is it just has to be a plant, not a Sylvan specifically. The effect is once per turn though. We got our 2 Komashrumo. When it's flipped face up, you can choose any number from 1 to 5, then excavate that many cards from the top of your deck. And then if it's excavated, you get to basically target 1 spell or trap on the field, destroy it. So it's a nice little spot removal. Oh, I guess I do run 1 Cherub Sprout. When this card is special summoned, choose either 1 or 2 and then excavate that many. And then if it's excavated and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 1 plant monster from your deck. So it's really nice. Oh, you know what? I didn't go over Princess Sprout's effect. Tribute, excavate the top card, and then you can place 1 Sprout monster in your graveyard on the top of your deck. If this is excavated and sent to the graveyard, you can declare level 1 to 8 and special summon it from your graveyard, and then it becomes that level. It helps go into a lot of XYZ plays or synchro plays. I haven't really tried any links in this deck a whole lot. I probably should. It would probably make the deck run a little better. Alright, and then our last 2 Sylvans are Flower Knight and Martial Leaf. Flower Knight, when it's normal summon, you excavate. And then if it's sent from the deck to the graveyard, you can choose 1 Sylvan card from your deck and place it on the top. Helps set up. Martial Leaf, not as great as it used to be. You target and destroy when it's excavated. And then when it's normal summoned, you do 1 or 2 and excavate that many. And that's, I think, it for what I run on Sylvans. And on to the other monsters. We run 3 Lone Fire Blossom, pretty standard. Once per turn, you contribute 1 face-up monster. Or, sorry, you contribute 1 face-up plant monster, special summon this, or special summon 1 plant type monster from the deck. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to summon this, tribute it, get out one of your big guys or whatever you need. It's really nice. Or you can go Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire into something else if you want to thin your deck out. And then he combos off with Peacekeeper, because Peacekeeper will target a plant. So you excavate the Peacekeeper, and then you can get this out, tribute it, and get another guy out. It's super fun. I have 2 Rose Lover. Banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 plant from your hand, and it's unaffected by your opponent's traps this turn. It's a once per turn effect. I just used it because sometimes you can brick with the big guys, especially the Hermitry, and then just find a way to ditch it, or like Foolish Burial, or something. And then we have, for the last 3, we have 1 of each tuner. Copy Plant. Copy the level of anything on the field, preferably like the Hermitry or the Sage Koya. Go into XYZ plays. Or you can have it copy something else. It's a tuner. It's really helpful for going into some of the synchros. Spore. Everybody knows what it does. You banish, it gains levels, and it's once per duel. And then there's Glow Up Bulb. You can send the top card from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, special summon this card. Once per duel. Another level 1 tuner. Which gives you some options. And I think that's it for the monster lineup. I don't know how many are in the lineup. And then we're on to the spells. Sorry, guys. So we run 3 Sylvania. You can send a plant from your hand or your side of the field to graveyard. You choose a Sylvan. You place it on the top of your deck. It helps set up for all the excavation plays. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can excavate the top card from your deck. So you'll usually do all of your stuff. You'll do your main phase, and if it's like turn 2, 3, or whatever, you'll battle phase, main phase 2, do this. And then just so you're nice and set up for your opponent's end phase, assuming they don't destroy it. Alright, on to the next one. 3 Sylvan Charity, as you can see there, premium gold 2. You'll draw 3, and then if you have a Sylvan card in your hand, you reveal 2, including the Sylvan. And then you place them on the deck. So basically you'll draw 3, have a Sylvan and another card, and put them back on the top of your deck in any order. Otherwise, you reveal your entire hand and then place it on top in any order. You can only activate once per turn. So it's really nice for setting up all your excavate plays. With that, probably should have done this after the field spell. 2 Terraforming. I'll do it at 2 or 3, never at 1. It just depends on the deck and what I'm trying to get done. And then for the last... I have 3 Miracle Fertilizer. Once per turn, you can target 1 plant monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. You cannot normal summon or set this turn. If a monster is special summoned by this effect, leaves the field, destroy this card. Yeah, he's pretty good. Get you out an extra monster. I mean, you do sacrifice your normal summon, but you don't always need to normal summon in this deck because there's so much special summoning. The last 4 spells that I have: Foolish Burial, just to thin out the deck. Soul Charge is always good. I think this is one of the decks that kind of broke Soul Charge and threw it down to 1 because you'd run 3 and you'd go ham on your opponent. You wouldn't always, resolve all 3, but just getting to 1 and then all that stuff in your graveyard, Soul Charge, get it all back. Super good. 1 Dark Hole, and then 1 for 1, just because we have the 3 tuners. Help fill up the grave as well for the bricky hands. And then last 3 cards are 3 Royal Decree. This is one of the few decks where I don't run a lot of traps. Very surprising for me, yeah. But With all the other spells and monsters, you need to go through the deck, do your combos. The 3-rail Deku is really helpful, especially if they want to do their solemns or whatever. It just helps ensure your plays go off. This used to be a lot better when everybody was running battle traps and whatnot, because you could flip this, they'd have a full back row, and then they couldn't do anything to you. It was really funny, actually. That's it for the main deck. I never actually made a side deck for this, just because it was more of a for fun, kind of casual-ish deck. It goes off when it does. But yeah, no side deck, just because I went to locals and it was super casual. Never wanted to take it to a regional or anything, so never really thought of a side deck. But I do have an extra deck. One Ori and one Alcei, whatever it is. Rank 8, rank 7. They have a lot of stuff. You can look up what they do. It just helps. I think they bounce cards and they do stuff. They do excavation stuff. We do number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. A Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, and then the number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter to go over those. I have gone into that like a couple times, but not very often. I think I actually added this later, but that's all right. We have 2 Felgrands. Don't always go into them. They're just a nice option. Really nice effect negation. 2 Gimmick Puppets just for options, and then the rest are synchros. We have 1 Thought Ruler, 1 Star Eater, 1 Mistworm. I actually have made this a couple of times. You really got to think when you're trying to synchro on this deck, like mixing up all your smaller ones like the Spore or the Copy Plant. They can make a lot of different plays happen. I think I've actually had like a Princess Sprout, got that to the field. I got my what was it? It was, where is it? It wasn't Cherub Sprout. I had Glow Up Bulb, Princess Sprout, and Sage Koya. Already had Sage Koya. I ended up excavating this, getting it back, leaving it 1, getting this out, just going into it. It always depends on what you have on your field. There's a lot of different options for synchroing. I've actually done some really awkward synchro plays. I sat there for a couple minutes, thought about it, did math, and usually involving Spore or Copy Plant are the more interesting ones. We have 1 Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. I used to have a lot of these. It's a really decent card. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Level 10, 1 and 1. This face-up card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects except during your main phase 2. So he's really annoying, and most of the time they'll just go battle phase, end phase. Pretty cool. I used to have a lot of them. I gave them away to friends because they wanted them. It was not my best choice. I should have kept them just because I like them, but even with the Master Rule 4, synchros, I don't go into synchros very much, so it's fine just having the one and moving in our own decks. We have 1 Black Rose Dragon from I think it's Legendary Collection 5Ds. I used to have a couple other ones, but I gave them to friends. I really wish I hadn't. I wish I kept more of these, but you know, that's okay. And then for the last card, I do have a Scarlet Red Archfiend Dragon. Got it in Dimensions of Chaos. I actually didn't pull this. My wife ended up pulling it. Here, let me get it out. I love Ghost Rays. I've never pulled one in my life. You can kind of see it. It's really cool. First Ed. It's always nice. I've never pulled a ghost rare, but my wife has pulled this and like one other ghost rare. He's actually a really good option just because his effect is once per turn you can destroy as many special summoned effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to this card. Other than this card, then inflict 500 for each monster destroyed. So he's just a big board wipe. I like him. I end up going into him probably more than any of the other synchros, but depends. So that is it. No side deck, main, extra. We got our penguin soldiers over here. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked it. If you want to give me some suggestions on how to update it, what to do to update it. I know I want to get the rank 1. Not completely sure what I want to run for links if I do run them. Just because I'm sending a lot of stuff to the graveyard. I don't know. Give me some suggestion, guys. Leave a like, the comment, obviously. Share it. I don't know. You guys do what you want. This is AlphaPenguinSoldier signing out.